Hi folks, Peter Kalos here. I want to talk to you guys about, this one's going to be a hard one for me to explain, right? I got it up here, I'm going to put it out here. I always tell people, you have to believe your choices enough. Here's what I mean by that. I'll give you this example, right? There's a show called Wheel of Time. It's not bad, it's not great, all right? The storytelling is amazing, the acting is just okay, all right? But I'll give you an example. And I always use this example. There's a scene where there's 4 or 5 young kids and they've been kidnapped or taken away for their own protection because they've got special qualities. And there's a scene where they're across like a river or something, and across this mountain range, they see their village. And there's all these literally hundreds, thousands of demons, orcs, whatever they are, and they're destroying the village. And one of these people says, I want to go back home, and I'm paraphrasing, and the other one says, we're never going back home. Once again, very strong choices. But you as an actor now, and we all do this across the field, you as an actor now, what happens is you start thinking literal choices, meaning, okay, I'll envision my village being burnt by a bunch of orcs or whatever the fuck they are. Right? And you're going, okay, I'll act sad, or I'll act scared, or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? And we go, yeah, your brain, the physical you, the mental you, the spiritual you, whatever the you are made of, has no connection to a village being burnt by orcs or demons or whatever they are. So you start to act. You think of it intellectually, but there's no connection here. We as actors take the reality of the script and substitute it with our reality, something we understand. So if I'm doing this scene here, I would think village is too general. What are they burning for me? Is it my home I grew up? That has value. Is it my bedroom? Is it where my kids were born? Is it where my dad and daughter are buried? Because if I saw them destroying my daughter's tombstone, it would really F me up. And that's very specific. And then the second thing is, who is the leader of those orcs or those demons or whatever they are? Is it someone from high school that I pissed off? Is it someone I betrayed? Is it some cousin, and we all have them, that we don't get along with? If you make that specific, my body, my emotional connection to that now makes sense. It makes sense enough for me. I always tell people your choices have to make sense enough for you. You got me? All right? So when we'll talk about substitution now, when you use substitutions, meaning in a place, this is just a recording booth, it means fuck all to me, right? But if this was a home I grew up in, do you know what I'm saying? All right? I would then have to substitute something that for me, it makes sense, right? You're on a planet and the zombies have blown up Earth, or and you're on a spaceship and you can see the planet over there, planet Earth, and this, the dialogue is, oh my God, they're destroying Earth. And once again, people act. And you go, yeah, but you haven't made Earth specific. Which part of Earth matters to you? What specific about Earth will you miss? Don't use big choices that are too general. Make the choice extremely, extremely specific to you, because then your body and your connection to that matters. That personal thing matters more than a bridge in some country I've never been to. It's just foreign. I don't have a connection to it. But these other choices that I choose to use, that makes sense, and your body will connect to them. And I need you always to understand these concepts. Here's what I mean by that. I always tell people your choices have to be They have to be parallel to the script in terms of intensity, and they've got to be yours and make it personal and private. Now, the big thing is this. A lot of people make all these choices by writing them on their scripts, by, thinking about them, which is pointless, all right? But I want you to actually work at them at home, discover them at home, fine-tune them at home, and then when you're here on the film set, now you've recreated them. They're right here. And don't just think, bring in things, bring in a smell that reminds you of that place, bring in an imaginary letter of rejection of a job or whatever it is for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not all up here, and it's not all your script. You're actually creating it. You're actually creating it, and it feeds you. It's right here. You believe it. The skill is to make choices that make sense for you on some level. On some level, your brain goes, yeah, I could see that happening. I'll give you another very basic example. I could go on all day with these examples. A lot of people end up, one day in your life, if you're a good actor, you'll end up in a zombie film, right? So we act zombie. And I go, no, zombie, My brain goes, yeah, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Do I believe in zombies? No, okay? But here's what I believe in. I know there's someone out there that wants to kick my ass in for whatever reason, all right? And is there someone that wants to kill me? Maybe not. But I could find one person from high school, maybe someone I pissed off from a day job I went to, an actor that I taught that doesn't like what I teach or whatever, but I pissed them off. If I make that one person that I know has a bit of a grudge towards me, and then I add things to it. Now, those things, this is what we talk about, have to make sense for you. Meaning, I could give you 3 or 4 reasons as to why they want to hurt me or kill me. If I gave those 3 reasons that don't make sense to me, I'd go, no, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, my brain will start to shut it down. I know why I would kick my own ass in, and they know. So you got to make these choices that make sense for you. Do you know what I'm saying? So whatever the script says, now I've got a zombie that's entering this booth, and I'd be like, oh my God, that's a zombie, but also I know who it is, and I know why they want to kill me. That's very, very different from just acting scared. Because acting scared, you're going to stop acting scared in about 30 seconds to a minute, because you're going to go, okay, I'm acting scared, but I don't know why. I'm like, no, because that motherfucking person is here to kick your ass and then kill you, and you know exactly why they want to kill you. That choice, my brain could accept, and my body would react to that choice, as opposed to going, it's a zombie, and I'm believing zombies. Okay, I'll just act. And then you start to act. Do you know what I'm saying? Line up all your choices, ferment them, explore them, but the choices have to make sense for you. Things that affect you, things that are a reality to you. Do you know what I'm saying? And put these pieces together in such a way that your brain goes, I could say I could get there. This makes sense to me. And then start to explore these choices, add the words on top of that. Versus making a choice that doesn't make sense to you. You go, I don't believe this. And then you start to shut down. That is a big skill. Once again, hope this makes sense. Make choices that make sense for you internally to match parallel to what is literally in the script. I hope this makes sense, but you get my point, okay? Once again, talk again soon. Take care. Bye.